Hey builders, Brickworld up here. I just got back from Brickworld Indianapolis, so I have my items I bought there, plus some Citizen Brick stuff that I haven't reviewed yet. So we'll just take a look at everything, starting with what's in the box. The first of which being a new design for their tissue paper for inside the box, which is a bit surprising to me. That must mean that they are phasing out the neutral face one that they've been using ever since I started collecting, or they just ran out, but this is a fun new look. Looks like you can start the maze in a couple different spots, then you'll just go around, or maybe you just end up in that box. But a couple fun little messages, and it's kind of fun to see something new. I wonder how long they'll end up using this one. And then past the packaging, we have the actual parts. I ended up just getting some of their stuff from, I think, a release ago, some of their new guitars, and a couple of freebies that I still need to take a look at. The new badge brick design is cool and is reminiscent of a tattoo design, I would say. You can see it next to the last one that I bought from them. It's kind of fun to have both of these, and this is printed on a flesh brick. So that's kind of a cool color to get. Plus their new camo head as well as legs, and we have to go over all these guitars. Taking just a quick look at those parts for now. The legs are actually really cool with some wraparound printing on the outside. Nothing on the inside of the legs though, but you can see the camo going around, as well as some of those straps and holsters, pocket even. So that's really cool. Love me some pouches as a 90s comic fan. And I thought these were actually pretty generic and could work for certain superhero characters maybe. Head as well with some nice darker greens. I think the mouth and eye design is cool too, so in theory you could erase the camo and have a nice face design. I bought these probably to use as Arnold in Predator. That would be kind of cool for towards the end of the movie when he is fighting the Predator. Now let's get into the guitar. Like you already saw earlier, you just clip it into the hand like a normal Lego guitar, and usually just kind of rotate it around so you can get the arm underneath it, slide it down so it gets into position like that. This one here is a stock guitar, I'm pretty sure, so it is pretty common, has some nice lightning bolts on it, and is that dark blue cobalt. At the end of the neck, you can see the nice gold printing as well, not just black on the edges even, which is nice to see. These strings going down are also a nice silver and are very clean. Silver continues as well towards the head of the guitar, so that's cool. It is dual molded, so it's black plastic, and then the blue. Overall, nothing looking terrible for this one. Good to get another Flying V. Of course, the whole release was that style of guitar. And the other one that I think is a bit more common is this one here with the satin. And it is a bit interesting. The printing is on the back of it. I'm assuming with the intention that it'll shine through when you have it in the right lighting. Not working super great right now on camera, but the gold on here is cool, which is going to be the same as this one. Same silver, same gold, but it has a tan sort of neck and satin with the dark pink on the bottom. I'll just try shining this around a little bit, see if you can see the color. Not really, but I'm sure that kind of gives it that pinkish hue. And then there's that printing, like I said, where it's actually red. So I guess it implies the color, but doesn't actually show through. I'm fine with that. I just wanted it for the pink look, but it's interesting to see that's how they did that. Continuing the more pastel coloring, I also got this baby blue looking one with red. Thought that was a great design. Tan neck, and then the blue. It is interesting, you can see the black running there. So they must print black as well. I guess it is slightly different since it has the little note lines in the middle there. So there are a couple different variants, I guess, and we can see that now. Still looking good, no molding issues, fit in the hand nice and easy, so that is good to see. I just thought this is another good looking guitar, had to get it. And one more that it is a bit more plain is just this kind of maroon, burgundy, brown one. I wanted this one to be more of just a wood grain one. Looks a little more brown on the website maybe, but it's still a good color combo with that darker reddish brown, some white, and the contrast there with the gold, and then also the black and silver going along the whole print. Looks very cool. I think this might be my favorite. It's nice and plain and works perfectly just because of that. And for this last guitar, let's switch out the head as well, just because I think it's fitting for the new freebie that you got if you spent $50 when the guitars were all released, being a new neutral face and a clown face. It's kind of interesting, the nose, you can see that it blends in with the lips where it's the same red. That's kind of smart, but also doesn't separate the design at all there, which is fine with me. You can kind of see that there is that little angle in where the shapes meet, so there is still some implied shaping. I like the blue as well. And it's a very simple print, but does it very well and fits along with all the other neutral faces that he's released. And the guitar. Same ones that we've looked at. It's going to be all black though and has white polka dots. And I just thought the polka dots and clowns fits together very well. And like those other ones, no issues with the mold. Fits in the hand great. Printing's good. No complaints here. But that's all I have for this release. I have one older item though. And other than that clown head, the other freebie that I got this year was this rat in a cement tile. I was surprised by the size. I assumed it would be on a 2x2 tile, but it is actually a 4x4 tile, which I actually didn't know was a part. You can see compared to a 6x6 there as well. So interesting shape. And it was a bit unexpected that it was this large, but I could see this being fun in a modular city. The size is going to make it a little bit more difficult to use. Maybe it would have been better as a 2x4 and just slid it over to the right a little bit more. I think that would have worked. You can see on the dark gray outline, there's also some black going around it, and you get metallic bronze and silver for some quarters, dimes, and then a penny. So great design there. This is not going to be returning. When I was at Indy, I asked him about it, and he said that this was just the freebie for that one time period. So that's too bad. I wish more people would have been able to get it, but it's fun to have a cool exclusive like that. Now to the convention parts. I was gifted some cool things, but of course bought a bunch of awesome parts. One thing I was given was this really cool Citizen Brick friendship token, basically. On the front is Joe's face, on the back a pad with the CB logo. Has some heft to it, so it is some actual metal, but it's an interesting item that I got. Very cool to have it. And of course all these parts, well, let's get those out of the way quick because I talked to somebody attached to this charity, giveyourbricks.com, where they give Lego to different children's hospitals and all that. So I got some posters from them, which one of them has some nice Lego art, being of Santa, nice landscape, and a sticker, the QR code to their website for that charity. On the back of this, that's the person I talked to, Ben, Chalk-Eye, and more information on Give Your Bricks, or some pictures of them. More stuff from Chalk-Eye. So good talking to him. I'm going to be showcasing a little bit of them in my indie video that I did for the convention. And with everything set out, here's all my Citizen Brick purchases. Not as crazy of an amount as I got at Chicago, which was great for the wallet, but I still got a lot of fun stuff. Some cool misprinted figures, parts, and of course a bunch of different molds. One guitar as well that I thought would be glow in the dark, but I don't think it actually ended up being that. But let's go ahead and review all of these. Let's just knock out some of my loose parts first. Like the 3 different shades of the toothless head here. I did get one of the flesh ones in one of my stash boxes, but now I have different skin tones. I also got this cool bulletproof vest with that mint blue torso color, so I thought that was really fun. For molded parts, I got a cross that's kind of gold with some red mixed in it, so that's kind of an interesting look. Another one of the axes from the Huey Lewis Enthusiast. Dark blue fanny pack, and the American flag legs that they recently put out in that medium blue color, I think. They had some other colors of these, some of them didn't look as good as this. But this would be one of the better options, a blue of some sort. They did have red on red, and that just didn't look as good as I was hoping. But really like everything I got here. Some cool colors, and that's really what I'm looking out for. Some more cool stuff here, like their 20-sided dice neutral face torso there. 2 of their smushed faces or melted down face neutral faces. And these really cool legs that are from the Last of Us Joel figure. Of course in olive here, but still featuring the great shoe printing. I thought these were going to be pretty useful. Also got some hair pieces here, like that black one, and also the tan one here from Danny from the Shining set. I did also get dark gray versions of these legs, which are going to be very cool for me because I was able to switch them out for the plain gray legs on my Saul Goodman figure by Jaka, and this is just a great combo. Really loving. And honestly, when I was picking these out of the convention, I didn't even realize what I had, but after the fact, I thought about how cool it would be to get these legs in dark gray, and I was so happy I did actually buy some. This is a great combo, and these are definitely staying on. More molded parts. I got a Heisenberg hat in dark blue, red fanny pack, and red bat legs. Only ended up picking up one of those legs originally, so having a second one is nice, since I kind of regretted only getting the one at the time. Also got the weird tassel torso I've been seeing a lot of in white. Kind of matches with this vampire head, which might look white, but actually glow in the dark. So nice to have that. Gonna go well with the white one I do already have. More fun parts that I'm glad I found. The last straight mashup I have here is this gold figure. I have the Bat Halloween torso in gold, legs as well with the combat boots, I think, whatever you would call those. I love the print on these. It doesn't necessarily have to be military, could really be anything. And I actually got a lacquer gold mustache head, since you can see them next to each other. It's not the same sheen. It does have a bit more of a metallic look to it. Plus more molds. I got this weird kind of clear with some white mixed in there for the Heisenberg hat. Same sort of color for the claw here, and a silver Freddy Krueger claw with some excess plastic. I'll have to clean that up, but can't have enough of these parts. Love those molds. This is the last of the solid mashup, but I do have one more kind of put together figure. And that is their older farmer zombie with the pitchfork through it. They had a couple of just the torso and legs here, so I picked one up since I don't have this, and I have all the extra zombie heads now, so I'll just toss one on here. But I got one of these lime green Almo heads, so that's just a fun look. I could use this as Oscar, or just having another fun Muppet character. I also got this spray painted metallic silver baby shark, which fits a lot better as a great white, I guess. And I don't have any of the baby sharks yet, so it's fun to have this one. I wanted to get one, I guess, since they had all the different colors, and I thought this was the most interesting. Good to have more zombie options, and let's show off some more parts. Like the Yo Gabba Gabba heads here. I got one in kind of a red, I think. It feels a little bit brighter than straight red, where it must be mixed with another color in some way, but both of these have fun printing. I know this is one of my favorite heads from last year. You can probably tell the bottom one is also glow in the dark. So fun to have another fun part like that. I wanted to get this red one since it is a bit more accurate to the character from the show than the orange one that I already have. Speaking of the Yo Gabba Gabba ones, I also picked up one of the Angry Birds heads finally in green. These were from the stash boxes as well, and I got two double neutral faces there that I believe are also glow in the dark. Yep, you can see them glowing there. So I'll figure out something cool to do with these. I think they would fit in a Fallout mock. And it's good to have this weird pig head finally, since this is one of the more interesting designs from last year and I just didn't have one yet. I did pick up just some generic figureheads. Anton Chigurh, I think this one is Kenny Powers, the baseball enthusiast, whatever that one is called. And this one might be from Game of Thrones. I'm kind of bummed I got one with like 2 melt spots on the plastic, so I should have paid more attention to that and picked out one that was not damaged, but I hadn't seen this one before, and I was like, I might as well pick one up, but cool heads to get, and I think these are going to be usable for other things. And for my more neutral faces, I got a pink one of the clown head that was just a freebie, lavender neutral face, a gold Cyclops, and a green dead frowning face. Can't have enough of these neutral faces, so had to pick some of these up when I saw them. And for just some molded accessories, I got a trans blue knife to go with Iceman. Then also they had their mustard top in red, so I got one of those, and I'll make a ketchup bottle out of that eventually. And for some interesting stuff that I thought maybe I could try modifying some of my figures for are these clicker heads from the Last of Us set. I also got one with a lot more blue in the top. Obviously these don't have the printing, unfortunately, but it would be fun to make more of these characters for a day display. I did get another prisoner, but this one has the tank top instead of the orange torso. You can see here. And you can see that the face on this one is the same as this one technically, but this one has the extra tattoo printing. I wanted this one actually because it reminds me a lot of Heisenberg without the glasses on, or I guess I should say Walt. And I would love to get some sort of picture or fig bar using this in that sort of scenario. This one came with a molded shiv, same legs as the other one, but it's always fun to get more prisoners. For my first misprinted figure, I was very happy to get a misprinted Walt here. Walter white squared, I guess you could say, since it is a white torso as well as a leg set. So that's cool to see it cohesive like that. The head and the hat are the same with the accessories. So kind of bummed not to see those misprinted. Now I guess I got to track down a head, unfortunately. Didn't see any of those misprinted in the bins at all. But I guess I could switch out the hat, because from a different convention, I'm pretty sure, I do already have a white hat. So that is awesome. Glad I could get it consistent all the way through the figure. Obviously, if I had a white head as well, that'd even make it even better. But can't complain here. This is a fun misprint to get, and I'm very happy to have it. If I did a spreadsheet for colors that I own, dark purple would probably be up there. And when I saw the purple snake Pliskin here, definitely had to grab it. They also had a purple Huey Lewis or Patrick Bateman minifigure, but I hesitated a little bit too long, didn't end up getting that one. But you can see there, we have the lavender legs, which I think are a great print to go along with the purple torso. The watch design is still very cool. And when I say misprint, it is the original minifigure, but printed on different colors. So you can see the original is black and gray. This one is purple and lavender. So if you ever hear misprint, that's what that means. Very fun design. And we have one more figure. And last but not least is this misprinted Stephen Hawking here with a purple torso. It's too bad that's the only part that is colored differently, since the torso is the only printed part other than the head. Didn't come with any of the video game screen, so that would have been another cool thing to see, a different color of tile. Obviously, since that set did come with the 3 screens, I can just throw on one of the extras on here. But I think this suit print is actually going to be pretty fun to have in different colors anyway. It doesn't necessarily have to be for this character. And of course, seeing the head in a different molded color with a print would have been also a very cool thing. But still really grateful that I was able to go to the convention and pick out some cool figures for the collection. And if you want to see what this one looks like next to the original, have it right here. So you can see right here what I mean, the tiles, if you haven't seen the figure before or that review. But I wish this was a little bit more interesting with the misprint aspect, but can't complain. All the figures and parts out of the way, we just have this one guitar left. Looking at the color, I thought, man, that has to be glow in the dark. It has that kind of greenish hue to it. But turning the lights off is just going to reveal, nope, it doesn't glow. So I wonder how the color is so close to glow in the dark without it actually being that. I'll throw this on a figure though. And I can't be too mad. This color is such a weird hue. It does have a cool look to it. I like the red with it as well. Another fun guitar. And if I've mentioned it before in reviews, I am going to do the Spinal Tap scene eventually with Nigel and all the guitars around him. So that's why I'm collecting all of these. But very happy with everything I got. Let's get to some comparisons and the final verdict. At the end of the day, I love convention season. It's so fun to go to the Citizen Brick booth. There's that little bit of rush as you're just trying to grab whatever cool things you can get. But it's also fun to see all the other collectors and talk to them. Very happy with all the things I got here. It's fun to have some cool misprinted minifigures. I think these are my first actual full-on misprints for any characters. Obviously, I have a bunch of misprinted parts, but Walter White there with the white hat, that is the perfect combo to me. Glad to have that. And these two as well with the purple torsos are also very cool and fun. But honestly, maybe my favorite item that I did get were the Joel legs in dark bluish gray to go on Saul there. That's a great combo. I was looking to upgrade him for sure. But Elmo head in green is fun. Getting another prisoner is cool. And it's always just hard to pick favorites just because all these parts are very cool to get, and I'll definitely figure out ways to use these at some point. And I forgot to mention it earlier, but I also got the poster for the convention, and it's been fun to collect the different posters for every convention I've gone to. Very excited to see what they do for Chicago this year. The Indianapolis poster was out of 50 versus the Chicago one, which was out of 100. And you can see they have a pretty similar style with the black ink. I do love this corn one with the different neutral faces as the little bits of corn. And the pink on there is just a little bit better. But the hot dog is also pretty iconic, I guess, too. Hard to choose out of two of them. I love both of them. But let me know, out of everything I got, is there anything that catches your eye as the best part? Let me know in the comments. If you want to see more convention videos, Citizen Brick videos, or custom Lego reviews overall, check out all the videos on my channel. I've been Brickworld, and I'll see you in the next video.